Another week in the bigs in the books, which means it's time now to take a look at Matt Snyder's most recent MLB Power Rankings. And you can meet the Mets right there at number one. Hottest team in baseball, occupying the top spot. They're followed by the Jays, the Yanks, and the Dodgers. And don't look now, Angels, big-time movers in this week's most recent rankings. All right, let's break it down with the man himself, CBS Sports MLB writer Matt Snyder. Matt, let's begin with the biggest movers upward here in this week 3.5 of the season. As you've taken stock of these teams, who's impressed you most this week?
Well, the Angels look absolutely great right now, and really they started 1-3, so they've been 14-5 since then. Yeah, they've been amazing since then. You've got Taylor Ward. If this breakout is real, and it looks like it might be, he's a former first-round pick, then you've got him sitting atop the lineup in front of Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rendon, Jared Walsh, Brandon Marsh. That's a heck of a lineup right there. And to get the starting pitching that they're getting, Noah Syndergaard, we know he has this kind of ability, but Michael Lorenzen, great on Sunday. He's been great all year. Patrick Sandoval's been unbelievable. Jaime Barria, they already shored up the bullpen in the offseason. So it just, everything is going right for them right now. And it looks like they might be legitimate contenders for the first time since 2014. It would be nice to see Mike Trout get a deep playoff run. So we'll go with cautious optimism on the Angels right now.
Now, caution is always to be taken into account here at this point in the season, especially when it comes to a team that's broken hearts in the past, but they do look good, and those star players really coming up big in big moments. As for the opposite side of that conversation, Matt, who moved down? Who took the biggest slide over this last week? Teams are struggling, such as the White Sox, who came into the season with high expectations. Who really got knocked in this week's rankings?
Yeah, anybody who is naming their team after Sox is apparently in a bad way right now because, yes, the White Sox look terrible right now, but the Red Sox look pretty bad in their own right. The offense is just not very good outside Xander Bogaerts, Rafael Devers, JD Martinez, the usual suspects there, but they're not getting much help offensively. The rotation's been inconsistent. The bullpen's been a mess. Alex Cora called them out Saturday night and saying, basically, we just need to play better. Everybody in the team needs to play better. We need to do better. And they responded by going out and losing to the Orioles on Sunday afternoon. So not really much right in Boston right now. They are the biggest faller of the week.
Yeah, plenty of laundry to be done, both on the south side and with the Bo Sox. But as for your new number one, the Mets, it's really hard to argue with them as the top team in the bigs right now. They occupy that spot in your most recent power rankings. That is, when you take a look at this team, cautious optimism is a phrase you used earlier in the segment. I think Mets fans are finally ready to open up their hearts and love again. Is it time to start thinking about those lofty goals at the end of the season?
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of feel like the Mets fans need to stop being kind of defeatist and acting like a little brother in the Bronx. Now that Steve Cohen's the owner and you go out and you sign Max Scherzer when it looked like it was either the Dodgers or the Mets, they went out and they got it done for him. It's time to start acting like these are the mega market Mets. These are the big time Mets. Jacob deGrom's hurt. They're still cruising along. One of the things that impresses me the most about this team, and it's why they're number one really, because there could be 4 or 5 different teams that you could make a case for at number one. It's winning every single series. You go out, you talk to any baseball person, you can't get fixated on individual games. It's always about winning series. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. The Mets are the only team in baseball that have won every single series this season. Again, you talk to any baseball person, and the mantra is always just go out and win series. Just win series, just win series. That's what the Mets are doing. Every team can't say that. The Yankees have lost a series to the Orioles. The Dodgers have lost a series to the Diamondbacks. The Mets just don't lose series. It's very impressive.
It's been very impressive to watch what they've done early this season. I do want to pick apart a couple of your individual cases here, starting with the Twins, who have won, I believe, 9 of their last 10, have opened up a 3-game lead, although it is early in the division. But Twins look to be playing some of their best baseball in a very long time right now. What's impressed you most about this collection of players?
Well, I feel like they have staying power. They have a lot of ingredients. You look at Byron Buxton, kind of an MVP type candidate. If he can stay on the field, that's always a big if with him. Carlos Correa can play like an MVP, and he's just getting hot right now. But the most impressive thing to me, and it's why I think they might have staying power, if they've unlocked this truly, is the starting pitching. To see Chris Archer and Chris Paddock going this well. Joe Ryan, who they got in the Nelson Cruz trade last July, looks like a Cy Young contender so far. He's been unbelievable. Sonny Gray's on the injured list. When Sonny Gray comes back, that just makes him that much better and that much deeper in the rotation. So That's the most important or most improved part to me, and most impressive to me is the rotation. And if that keeps up, they're absolutely a contender.
Taking a look at another case here, because, you called the Mets, they have that defeatist idea about them. If they are trying to shake that, maybe the Yankees are tapping back into the hubris that they're often defined by. 9 in a row, 3 straight series, playing some great baseball, leaning on the long ball, but it's been coming through. The staff looks great with Severino occupying that 2 spot behind Cole. Cole, his last 2 starts, seems to have found his stride once again. Not to steal your thunder here, but what really highlights their position on your rankings right now?
Well, they've been very impressive. Aaron Judge breaking out the power stick right now. What an unbelievable week for him. The only thing is they've been beating up on the Royals and Orioles.
Fair.
And, hey, great teams beat weaker competition when it's put in front of them. And now all they can do is play that weak competition. So I definitely have my eye on the Yankees. They could be #1 next week because they're going to Toronto right now. Hey, you go into Toronto, you take 2 or 3, or you sweep the Blue Jays, all of a sudden now you're looking like the best team in baseball. So very impressive so far, but let's see what they've got for us this week.
Let's always take our optimism with a bit of caution here on CBS Sports HQ at this point of the season, but that's the latest on the Power Rankings from our guy Matt Snyder. Taking a look at the odds to win the 2022 World Series. These numbers, as always, courtesy of our friends at Caesars, updated at last check. Dodgers playing good baseball as well, right there atop the board. Could be a #1, one of those teams you could make a case for. They are plus 450, and the odds-on favorite according to the bookmakers out in the desert. The Mets, next closest, equal odds with the Blue Jays at plus 750. You get into double digits with the Yankees right there if you want to buy at 10-1.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.